Did you feel it? An earthquake near Ensenada shook parts of San Diego while many of you were sleeping. Thanks for joining us at 6 a.m. I'm Chris Grau.
And I'm Carrie Lane. Eric and Netta are off. Now, many of you have been calling us to say that you did feel it in parts of the county. It was a 4.3 magnitude quake. It happened around 4:20 this morning. Right now, there are no reports of injuries or any damage to buildings, so that is good news. Now, many of you are chiming in about where you felt that earthquake on our Facebook page. Jennifer says, woke us up in downtown San Diego. Well, good morning. Jan says they felt it in Sereno Valley. Janine felt it in La Mesa, and Kevin felt it in Otay Ranch. Did not feel it here at the station.
Didn't feel it. At least maybe we didn't feel it. Maybe
yeah, but we were up and running at 4:20, so maybe that's why. All right, our other top story. San Diego could become the first city in the entire country with a daycare center for law enforcement.
Yeah, today a special hearing could decide whether to put that plan on the November ballot. CBS 8's Dana Marie McNichol is live outside San Diego Police Headquarters this morning with a closer look. Good morning, Dana Marie.
Well, good morning. This potential child care services is aimed at recruiting but also retaining officers. This child care would happen here at Police Plaza in downtown San Diego.
It's huge. It's huge for us. It helps with affordability living in the city, but it also helps with families and child care and the hours that we work and being on call. So for all those reasons, it's highly important.
Now, the City and Police Officers Association have worked together to create this plan. The center would be open from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. for kids 5 years and younger. Emergency child care services would also be available if an officer is called into work during the overnight hours. Here in California, a family can pay nearly $34,000 a year for infant and child care. This new center would charge officers only half the going rate, and child care workers would be paid 20% more than the average rate. There's hope this center will help retain and recruit officers to the police force, especially women and single parents. Now, the San Diego City Council is holding a special hearing today on this plan. So, of course, we'll keep you updated. The center, again, will be here at Police Plaza. For any further updates on this developing story, you could always read more on CBS8.com. I'm Dana Marie McNichol coming to you live from downtown San Diego.
This morning, San Diego City Council will also consider the repeal of free trash service. A century-old ordinance ensures free trash service to single-family homeowners. The council will decide whether to put a measure on the November ballot, asking San Diegans to repeal it. It would mean an extra bill for many homeowners out there, but also more revenue for the city. If you get your prescription medication from Vons, Ralph's, Albertsons, and Pavilions, well, listen up. This morning, pharmacists and pharmacy workers across San Diego County at those stores could go on strike. Workers have already voted to authorize a strike over what they call unfair staffing, scheduling, and wages. Union representatives say they have been in negotiation since March, but talks, well, they've stalled.
These pharmacists are working 12-hour shifts. They're not getting breaks and lunches. This is not the person that I want necessarily, administering my medication.
CBS 8 has reached out to the stores to see if they will have a contingency plan in place if workers do go on strike. We are unfortunately still waiting for a response there. We will keep you updated, but no official date has been set for the strike. This morning, the union representing Hilton Bayfront hotel workers says its members have overwhelmingly ratified a new contract. It includes a 20% pay raise. Hilton also agreed to increase housekeepers' hours, continue the health care coverage, and 24-month rehire priority for workers laid off during the pandemic. There will also be no increase in employee parking fees, as was proposed.
And this morning, police are investigating a shooting at a child's party. 3 men were shot, and right now, no one is in custody. It happened on the front lawn of a home in the Webster neighborhood just before 10:45 Saturday night. Police say the 3 men and several cars were hit by gunfire during a drive-by in front of the home. Right now, investigators believe the shooting is gang-related. Neighbors say they're worried this could be the start of increased gang activity on their streets.
This is a first for me. After this, now we're really going to lock well.
All victims are expected to be okay. And also this morning, a mother and her infant daughter are safe after officers say they were abducted. According to an Amber Alert, the suspect, 25-year-old Jason Gasca, kidnapped the 2 victims in LA County around 10 Saturday night. The suspect's car was found at a Quality Suites hotel near the border in Otay Mesa just after 1 yesterday morning. San Diego police then arrested the man. And this morning, federal investigators are looking into a small plane crash in Fallbrook that killed one person. The plane went down at the Altman Plant Nursery Saturday afternoon. A passenger unfortunately died at the scene. Bystanders helped the injured pilot out of the aircraft before first responders got there. He was transported to Palomar Hospital. It's still unclear what caused the crash. And this morning, Mariposa County is in a state of emergency as the dangerous oak fire continues to burn and grow out of control. The fire started Friday near Yosemite National Park. It has destroyed at least 10 structures, and officials say 2,000 more are at risk. Reed Binion reports.
You get real nervous. The stuff was coming out of the sky and it'll spot. The fires will, jump to our property.
As temperatures hit 100 degrees in Mariposa County, California Sunday, a much more intense and destructive heat burned on the ground as the massive oak fire exploded across an ever-widening area outside Yosemite National Park. Scorching more than 15,000 acres as of late Sunday night, 0% contained despite the valiant efforts of firefighters. The blaze, which started Friday, prompted the governor to declare a state of emergency for the county and forced upwards of 3,000 people to evacuate their homes.
They came by about 15-20 minutes ago and told us that everybody's got to go. About 4 o'clock, the power went out, and the fire's been coming towards us faster and faster.
That blaze came amid the continuing heat waves suffocating much of the nation, including the Northeast. Boston extending its heat emergency advisory through Monday. That after hitting 100 degrees Sunday, shattering a record for the day set back in 1933. Philadelphia coming in just 1 degree lower at 99, also extending its heat health emergency through Monday evening. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
And look, Evan, I think a lot of people wondering, with the heat, everything that's been going on, any chance of any rain, any moisture coming up soon?
So monsoonal moisture is increasing today through the end of the week, but along the coast and inland, it doesn't seem to be triggering much. Across the mountains, we could pick up on some accumulating rain and even some thunderstorms possible. Deserts hold a similar probability, but this isn't really the wet weather that we would like to see. What we'd like to see are those kind of consistent storms that will bring a decent amount of rain each day. Instead, what we're looking at is a mainly dry day, partly cloudy day for pretty much every single microclimate, and then those quick showers that just drop a decent amount on us. In some cases, this also could bring us some dry lightning, and that presents pretty decent fire opportunity and fire risk as well. So it comes with its good and bad, so we factor both into the forecast. 104, though, cooling down a bit for those deserts compared to late last week, where they were at 114 to 118 degrees. That's a 10-degree drop. 83 across the mountains with a 40% chance of those showers and maybe even a few thunderstorms in the afternoon. Inland, we're going to be looking at a mostly sunny day. Temperatures in the mid-80s, 71 across the coast. These temperatures are just a few degrees cooler than average and cooler than last week. That is typical for seeing an uptick in humidity and an increase in those clouds overhead. So let's take a look at the marine layer that is active this morning. We've got it along the coast, stretching about 30 miles inland. It looks like into the next couple hours, those clouds will start to break apart and peel back. We'll get some sunshine by 11 a.m. and noon, and that'll stay through the afternoon. What we see is that those mid-level clouds toward the evening, mainly between about 2 and 8 p.m. or so, start to pop up. And while the monsoonal moisture risk is much more elevated toward areas to the east of us, Phoenix, Arizona, for example, has various flood watches in effect, anticipating all that wet weather. We are going to pick up on some of that residual activity. This is paused at 6 p.m., so we're factoring that into our forecast. All throughout this week, those afternoon highs do very little changing. We're going to stay in about that same range. So what you see for this afternoon, you'll likely see as a rinse and repeat kind of situation all the way through the rest of the week. Today holds a good potential for this type of monsoonal moisture. That pops up again in our forecast toward the end of this week. Let's talk about traffic at 6:10 right now on the clock. So far, things are very mellow on the roads. No major crashes or collisions according to California Highway Patrol. We will zoom in, however, on the Coronado Bridge. Typical trouble spot spot for this hour as a lot of people are rushing over to the base. We're seeing speeds slowing down quite a bit. Previously across the freeway getting onto the Coronado Bridge, speeds were around the 40-mile-per-hour range. Now it looks like we've slowed down to about the 30-mile-per-hour range, and then slowing down much more as you get onto the base, 11 miles per hour or so once you get across the bridge and into Coronado. So expect some slower speeds in that area. Beyond that, you should be able to head out at your normal speeds. Most of our other freeways are looking smooth out there. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Evan. And today it is back to the classroom for more students in the South Bay.
Summer break is over. The San Ysidro School District and South Bay Union School District are beginning in-person classes this morning. Now, COVID precautions are being taken. However, masks will not be required. We do wish the students and staff all the best in this new school year. Gosh, my kids, I think, have like 3 weeks left, and I'm ready for them to go.
Oh, I was just going to ask, are you savoring it, or are you're ready to kick them out?
Time to go, kids.
Yeah.
All right. And I mean that in the most loving way possible. Still